Well, what's going on, everybody? I know it's like been maybe a cool minute since I've done a Straight Talk Friday, and so I think it's been a cool minute. And so we want to talk about some things, so much to talk about, but I'm only going to try to deal with, I think, three things tonight. If I have the opportunity to. So I hope everybody is doing well. Hope you're doing an awesome time. Um, so yeah, so it's a lot that's going on. Um, so yeah, so it's a lot to cover tonight, and so I'm going to cover some things in Straight Talk Friday. All right, so spread the word, spread the word, spread the word, spread the word. That Straight Talk Friday is on and crack a lacking. Um, yeah, so let it be known that it's on and crack a lacking. And so just share it, share it, share it. Got some things I want to, um, share tonight. So yeah. All right. So all right. So say something to me. Make sure I'm coming in nice and clear. Okay. I'm about to get started in a little bit. Just want to get some things squared away over here in Instagram world. All right. So um so yeah. So so I want to talk about some things tonight, and I guess I'll start small and probably get bigger. I'll probably start small and then try to get bigger on Straight Talk Friday. So, what's good? What's good? Dude, I've heard some rumors about you. What's up, man? I've heard some rumors, but I ain't got it from you. So, um, what's going on, sons? So, anyway, hello to everyone. Hello to everyone. Um, okay, you'll call me tomorrow. All right, cool. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Um, and yeah, Walter, I need you to talk to me too. All right. So what's going on, everybody? Hope all is well in your lives. So I want to get into this. I want to belabor it. I don't want to belabor it. So let me start off on this. So many of you have seen. Let me just give you an idea of what I want to talk about. I'm not on the I'm not on the Larry Reed level where I can just put stuff down and this, and this, and then the next picture come up. I'm not there yet, but it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. But anyway, so I'm gonna tell you the type of things I'm gonna talk about tonight, and then we'll get into it. So I'm going to talk about tonight, um, the 2 minutes please at funerals, the 10-year-old shooting his mom, LeBron and Jerry Jones. Let me give you an update for those who just been maybe wondering in regards to this. All right. Um, it sounds far in. It sounds like I'm far. Really. I don't know why it sounds like I'm far. I'm talking to those on YouTube and stuff. Facebook, how am I sounding? Kylie says it sounds like I'm far, but I'm like right up on this thing. My volume is all the way up. All right. Talk to me, you all that are viewing me on Facebook. How am I coming in? Kylie said it sounds like I'm far. I don't know why I'm up on the camera. I'm up on the camera. Yeah. All right. Anybody from Facebook, talk to me. Kylan, as I'm talking, am I coming in better or no? Because I don't know what's going on. I'm waiting on Kylan. Or maybe go out and come back in and tell me it did a change for you. Just trying to see. All right, just trying to see. Um, okay. Come on in, Kylan. Talk to me. Because I don't want to get into it and then nobody's can really hear me. All right, so the Straight Talk Friday, and I got some things to talk about and come on in. All right. Okay, I'm good now. Okay, good. Okay, thank you. All right, cool. So let me update. So many of you all know that not too long ago, when my son was playing basketball, he was actually at Cabrillo and playing basketball, and you saw the pictures of my wife. I just reposted what she placed up on her post, and I just reposted it. Um, got kneed, had about 4 to 5 stitches. Um, After having about 4 to 5 stitches, he, also ended up hitting his head. And so, of course, the major concern was, him talking about headaches and if he had a concussion and all of that. So that was concerned. So he um, didn't play, of course, in the next game that they had. Of course, his whole deal is he wanted to play, and we appreciate him, feeling the way he felt, as he felt in regards to, um, you know, wanting to be a team player, didn't want to disappoint his teammates, and he wanted to make sure he was there. So he didn't. So he played. Ended up playing a little the following day, but then started playing up headaches. So of course, I took him to urgent care, and they did a CT scan on him, and early this morning, the things came back that he's good. Like CT scan came back, no concussion, anything of that nature, as well as I believe the stitches were taken out. So just grateful. It's part sometimes that's part of the game. People play a little bit rough and all of that. So I'm grateful that we're grateful that it wasn't anything worse than what it was. Right? We're just grateful that it wasn't worse than what it was. Or, I want to say worse. It didn't get worse um, beyond what it is. And so, so yeah, supposed to be playing in the tournament tomorrow. And so hopefully,
We just need a doctor's note. We didn't play at all today. Definitely didn't like that. Didn't play at all today because there was no note. I need to get it. And had we known that the doctor's note would have been there, we would have never let him come and play. If he was still going through. You y'all feel me? Coach said we needed to know until we get the whole deal, but we were gonna have him sitting there playing. If he was injured or not. So that's the update on him.
Now, I want to talk about funerals. And one of the reasons why I want to talk about it today, maybe I should have said funeral slash homegoing. Because, in the church, we don't call them funerals too much. We call them homegoings. Somebody said, well, when they unsaved and they're not saved, what do you call it? I call it a housewarming. That's what I call it. I call it a housewarming. It's a homegoing because you're going to be with the Lord. But if you're not saved and you don't know the Lord Jesus Christ, then it's a housewarming. Because when it's a homegoing, it's a celebration. When it's a housewarming, that means a little bit warm. Somewhere else. You see what I'm saying? That'll catch some of y'all later. When I say, I'll just say, leave here, where you going? You know, you're going to the place where there's air conditioning or heater. When you leave this here place, where you going to find yourself when you leave this world. So for a saint of God, or I often say, you're going to be in the smoking section, the non-smoking section. So anyway, yeah. So I was watching today. I actually went back and watched Friday's celebration, the jurisdictional celebration in Memphis, Tennessee, of Mother Lady Louise Dowdy Patterson. They ain't gonna front. The lady's middle maiden name until today. I didn't know the maiden name till today that it was Dowdy. I think it's Dowdy. I didn't know that. But anyway, so Bishop Darrell Hines, one of our general board members in the Churches of God in Christ, as we call it, the presidium of the church, he was up and he was officiating the service because he happens to be one of the sons of Mother Louise Patterson. I mean, the service today was phenomenal. That I don't know who that lady was that did Oh How Precious, but that woman, whoo, she did that thing. My goodness. I tell you, she did that thing. But anyway, and oh my God, the legendary Myrna Summers was there. So that's just beautiful to me. The legendary Myrna Summers. You don't know Myrna Summers? Number one, you ain't Church of God in Christ too long. Because you can't deal with Myrna Summers and not talk about, and not remember Timothy Wright. You can't really remember Timothy Wright and not remember Myrna Summers. And, I know somehow and I know some way we're going to make it. You got to go back old school. You know what I'm saying? I mean, old school back in the day. Myrna Summers, legendary Myrna Summers. Anyway, so in the celebration, Bishop Darrell Hines got up and he started saying 2 minutes, please. Now, if any of you have ever been in a Black church or a Black setting or a Black funeral, a homegoing celebration of life, on the program, it's 2 minutes, please. It's 2 minutes. And I was looking at, Bishop Hines said, we need to do 2 minutes, please. Thank you for making a tip. Now, I don't know if people sit here and I think this is me personally. I've been looking at some of the comments. I've been looking at some of those comments. Some of those comments was cracking me all the way up. Some were defending certain people in leadership. Some were, to me, coming off, disrespectful. Some were disrespectful to people that were leaders. Some were disrespecting each other in the comments. Some were, to me, to some degree, justifying some of the people. Now,
We get it. Mother Louise Patterson is a renowned individual. We know her because of Bishop, a lot of people are familiar with her more because of Bishop G. Patterson, but the lady holds her own. And I shared in one of my posts that I did when I actually met her when I got out of high school in 1989. Same year I heard Mother Frances Kelly speak. Now, I didn't know they were sisters at the time until, and this was not too long after, Bishop G. Patterson had returned back to the Church of God in Christ. And so, I had no clue that they were siblings until, when she got up and she started talking about, giving honor to her husband, Bishop G. Patterson. It just so happened, to her brother-in-law, it just so happened that, I said husband, it just so happened that she had talked about her sister Louise Patterson. And I was like, what? And I had met her earlier that day. Graceful woman, speaking kind and nice, right? So, one of these type of services, everybody's going to want to say something. Everybody want to chime in. Everybody's going to want to say something, right? And so I think, this is me personally, I think certain people may have, what's the word I'm looking for? Grace. Let me use that word. Grace to go longer. I think they would, I think they have grace, if you will, to go longer. Now, I don't think everybody should have grace to go longer. For example, the General Supervisor of Women, Mother Barbara McCool Lewis, I believe that she has the opportunity and the privilege of going longer. Now everybody else can't take that initiative. You know what I'm saying? I get it. People are sons and daughters and da 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 da. Like, I officiated a service for. I was honored to officiate the service, the Sunday night service for my spiritual father, Prophet Rogers the Cure, and I had instructions on how long. It didn't matter who they were, unless I got permission from the family members to give somebody else grace. Let's say it that way. So the 2 minutes, please. Now, I don't care. I don't know if you've ever officiated a service before, but I've officiated many services and specific like celebration of lives. And let me tell you, that's one of the hardest things in the world, to officiate. Because everybody want to say something, and God help you if you're a preacher and an evangelist, a prophetess, an apostle, a prophet, all that. God help you if you're one of them, and you really got to deal, you really got to deal with the different people that's up there, right? You got to deal with the different personalities, and, then you got people who are taking liberties. Well, so-and-so took a liberty. I got to take a liberty. No, you don't have to take a liberty, because you don't know if the other individual that took a liberty had already received permission, to have, the liberty to do certain things, if you get what I'm saying. So that's where that is. Y'all get what I'm saying? And so I want y'all to recognize 2 minutes, please, is 2 minutes, please. Now, I'm a firm believer, people to obey leadership. However, if some of us in leadership are not obeying the 2 minutes, please, y'all feel me? If we're not obeying the 2 minutes, please, then you're going to have challenges, because somebody's going to say, well, so and so and so and so. So now somebody said, well, General Supervisor went over her 2 minutes. I'm going to be one of those and be like, I believe she has that right to do that. I think there are certain people, like, you wouldn't tell Mother Frances Kelly you got 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't tell Lady K you got 2 minutes. You see what I'm saying? You give grace or privilege to certain people. Now, everybody can't take that privilege. Like, I know for a fact, if I know that I got 2 minutes, right, then whatever I'm writing gotta be in 2 minutes. You need to some people need to see what they wrote and see if it complies, or it is in that 2 minutes moment. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes, even when I do 2 minutes, I may do 2 minutes and 5 seconds.
to give the person like 5 minutes grace, but you can't keep turning pages, and then people got to take in consideration as well that when you in services of that caliber, you know, um, the time restraint, now we're in this decade in time where, now we're in this decade in time where, now, your service got to be at a certain time. And then unless you're doing the burial the next day, you got all these different things that are taking place. And I just want us to recognize that. All right. Uh, Let me try to address something indirectly. Um, I always tell people, I'm going off topic real quickly because of a question that's come upon me. Let me say this: give me time and to allow things, give me time and things will get better. I always try to tell people that when I'm silent about something, just trust me in my silence and it'll work better. Okay. So trust me in my silence and it'll get better. All right. Just go with the flow and then things in and of itself. Speaking y'all on Instagram right now. Go with the flow. Uh, Give me some time and let's just deal with that way. Okay, so let me get back into what I'm talking about. So I hope the person asked me the question is still there. All right, so just go with the flow. Yeah, okay, just deal with that, and thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, just go with it. I know it's different because it's not my character, but just trust me in this moment. Okay, trust me in this moment, and just do that. Just pray. Just trust me in that moment, and get word, and just put that in yourself. All right, just trust me in this moment.
Let me have this moment and to let God work. I'll say it that way. All right. Um, yeah. So I think sometimes people feel that when you are not saying something, you're ignoring, but then there are reasons why people have to ignore it. All right. So I just want y'all to catch that. Okay. So let me move on to back to it. All right. So hopefully you caught that. All right. Hope you catch that. And that just for you, I don't want you saying anything or anything of that nature. All right. So let me come back to here. So um, dealing with the whole 2 minutes please situation. Um, you know, it's a difficult situation. And like I said, some of the comments were like, oh, okay, mother, and they still mother Lewis's name on Mother McCrew. Well, who the devil is Mother McCrew? Who is Mother Barbara MCCROO? Share that out. I believe she has a license and freedom to do it. Now, I want to go back, to services I've been in. And there have been people. And then there are some situations where family members have been told, you get 2 minutes. I've been in services where I've visited where the daughter did 2 minutes, the mama did 2 minutes, and she said, I'm gonna live up to it too. But of course, it's your daughter, it's your husband, it's your wife, it's that person. Some people you give that type of grace too. But everybody can't do that 2 minute stuff. And and with time to preach either. If you got a eulogist, you just must be well of the individual. And so, I've been in services where people did not govern or they did not, what's the word I'm looking for? They did not, um, how will I say this? They did not control the service. And because they didn't control the service and they would give people minutes, then that stopped other important matters from taking place. You see what I'm saying? And so you got to take that into consideration. You got people, now you go to the cemetery, at some cemetery, they want you to be there at the same time, but they don't want you colliding, intruding.
on another situation. But I just want people to understand 2 minutes is 2 minutes, please. Right? 2 minutes. All right, not four, not five, 2 minutes. Now, like I said, there are sometimes I'll have my phone, I'll do 2 minutes and 5 seconds to give that individual an opportunity, right? And 2 minutes is not time to be shady. It's not, I should have put that one up there where I forgot about that one. Man, I wish I could go pick it up right now. I saw a clip of a young lady. Oh my goodness. Oh my, when I tell you, she almost had me on the floor. She called people out in her minute. She was like, I don't know what you doing here because you didn't even like my mama. Woo! She said, you didn't even like my mama. I don't even know. I don't even know why you here. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Crazy. Okay. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Um, crazy. Yeah. It was like, she was calling them out. Oh my God. She called them out. Like she was the meaning of the quality of it. Like, I don't know what you doing here. But you shouldn't even be here. Like, what are you doing? Oh my God. Woo. All right. Here come the crazies. Here come the crazies. Hold on, y'all. Let me try to. Didn't mean to do that. Hold on. Let me block this person. Coming from YouTube. Block user. Okay. All right. So, yeah, you saw that video. So, yeah. I don't know why these people like to come on here and they be doing this crazy stuff. But no, listen, if you're a porn addict, addicted, Jesus is the one that can deliver you from your porn addiction. You see what I'm saying? He's the one that can deliver you from your porn addiction. But anyway, let me not get distracted in that idiot that just did what they just did 2 minutes ago. So 2 minutes or 2 minutes, like I said, I don't want to sound redundant and repetitive. I just think it comes to a certain time. Um, you know, I think at a certain point and time, love you, please. I don't. I think there's a certain time when you give everybody. I just don't want nobody taking initiatives. You see what I'm saying? I don't want everybody taking initiative and thinking, they can do what they want to do because I'm bishop, I'm apostle, I'm this and I'm that, and I'm a son. See what I'm saying? Don't do all of that. Well, let me tell y'all something. Let me see how I can say this. There's a whole lot of people that call people sons, right? And they, that's my mom in the faith, and that's my daughter in the faith, right? But you don't have connection with them outside of the church. You may be spiritual something. I'm talking about when you actually have phone calls with the person. I look at my spiritual father that went on to be with the Lord. I look at my godfather, Robert Lee Cole. I look at Rogers, the Cure, and I look at these men. There's other men. I'm talking about these specifically who played a major part, in my life. And I didn't call. We didn't have churchy conversations like when Dwayne Johnson passed. Right when Dwayne Johnson passed, Dad made sure he said, Tanya, how's he doing? And then Tanya hit me up and said, bro, Dad is concerned. Give Dad a call. Dad won't call, but Dad's just like trying to give you your space. So you just call him. And it was like, Dad, she said, I told Dad, go ahead and call you. He was like, no, just let my son know I'm praying for him. I don't want to bother him. So, because anybody that know Dad don't like funerals and stuff like that anyway. So I end up calling him. And he was like, son, I'm so glad you called. I told Tanya, I said, that's why I'm calling. He said, I just want to make sure you're okay. He says, I can only imagine how you're feeling because I know how I'm feeling when I got the shot that Dwayne had passed. Okay. When years ago, one of the miscarriages that Lisa had, when my godfather Robert Ray Cole, Mr. Robert Ray Cole was living, he actually showed up. We had the baby, I think it was July, I think, showed up to the hospital when we lost the baby.
There was flowers sent. He actually brought it to my house himself. You know what I'm saying? From him and Mama Cole. I'm talking about that type of stuff. When you just not leaning upon people, just to impart into you spiritually. You talk and you try. Like, there's a whole lot of people, and I don't mean no harm and no disrespect. There's a whole lot of people, who dad me and pops me and all that type of stuff, and big brother me and a big uncle and all this type of stuff. And they do all this stuff, right? But there's a few out of all the people see them all the kids you have, but you'd be surprised the amount of them, okay? The amount of them who actually just check on me just because it's me. They don't wait till my birthday. They don't wait till tragedy hits. They don't wait. Like the other night, shout out to Sean Dupree Buffington. Okay, shout out to DeAndre, Rayshawn Rodriguez. Shout out to them. I wanted to do something on my anniversary. We were supporting her son on our anniversary, and I wanted to do something special for her. And I couldn't figure out how to do it, down to one car. She's driving pretty much everywhere. It's just like, how am I going to do this? And I texted both of them. DeAndre wasn't able to do it because of job-related situations. Sean ended up doing it, going to where I needed to go. And then he didn't end up going, but this is what Sean did. Sean ended up having a person at Uber go pick up my order for me, because he said, oh, it's going to be there at 7:15. I was like, 7:15? 7:15. So I was like, what? And then he said, okay, it's coming up, 7:05, 7:15, something like that. So at this meantime, it's like 7 something. He's coming, okay, he's going to go. You want to get something for Chili's? You want to go to Chili's? So I'm sitting there setting up, saying, oh my God, how am I going to get this girl to stay here so I can give her food and all the different things like that? So I'm like, okay, let me go to the car and get something, which I wasn't like. I went to the car because I was going to go get something. So I went into my car to get something, and then I called him while I was out there. So, oh my goodness. And so finally showed up. And she was like, oh my God, I just can't have the food. So thank you. So I wanted to do something. You see what I'm saying? And so shout out to Sean Dupree Buffington and DeAndre and Sean Rodriguez for helping me out in that situation. These are people that help me out. Like, I got to go preach somewhere, they're available and shouting out, doing his flight attendant stuff. DeAndre that working at the 2 jobs he works at or whatever. Well, I got it covered. Right. And so I'm appreciative of them. I'm so appreciative of them. Okay. And I'm saying that to say, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? And, those are the real, there's some people that are real. And they say one thing and they do another. So don't just take it upon yourself. 2 minutes is 2 minutes. Don't try to take advantage. Don't be trying to take advantage of the situation because you're a son and a daughter. Don't try to take advantage of the situation. Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you about some veterans I've been connected to. They know who to call. They know who the real deal. All right? Trust that. All right. Let me go to this next situation. And, let me go to this next situation. And it was very, very disturbing. And so let me go to this situation right here. All right. Listen. All right. Listen to it. Is it this one? Oh, wait. I'm at the wrong place, y'all. Hold on. Okay. Here we go. Listen.
Will be charged as an adult after allegedly. A 10-year-old Wisconsin boy will be charged as an adult after allegedly killing his mother when she wouldn't allow him to buy an expensive virtual reality headset from Amazon. This, according to a criminal complaint obtained by People, which states that the boy, who has not been publicly named due to his age, shot his 44-year-old mother, Kiana Mann, in the eye at close range at her Milwaukee home. The complaint alleges that after the shooting, the boy first tried hiding the gun and then told his older sister that their mother was dead. The sister then called 911. Police allege that the 10-year-old used his mother's keys to open a locked gun safe containing the gun at around 7 a.m. on November 21st. He allegedly told detectives that he had taken the gun out because he was angry his mother didn't wake him up 30 minutes early and added that he was upset she would not let him buy the headset. The complaint also alleges that one day after killing his mother, he logged into her Amazon account to buy the Oculus virtual reality headset anyway. The boy initially told police that the shooting was accidental, so he was allowed to stay at home with his family. However, the next day, relatives called the police with concerns about whether he was telling the truth. The complaint states that the family members told detectives that the child had experienced rage issues throughout his life and that he had claimed to have 5 different imaginary people that talked to him. The 10-year-old is being charged with first-degree reckless homicide and is being held on $50,000 bail. If convicted, he could face up to 60 years in prison.
Like, oh my God. And so that right there, um, that right there just crushes my heart to a high degree. Like, this 10-year-old shot his mother. It's in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And in looking at it, yeah, right, sad, so sad. And in looking at it, you all, um, the other thing is, and I gotta talk to some people, but in Wisconsin, right, this boy can be charged as an adult. Like, I get it, it's an atrocious, horrendous, uh, traumatic, gruesome type killing because, in listening to that, seeing that one, I didn't know that she was like shot in the face, like in the eye. You know what I'm saying? And then the daughter got a call, and you know what I'm saying? This is sad. Like, this 10-year-old and in Wisconsin, he could be tried, or as an adult at 10 years old, because this is why I tell people all the time, you gotta be careful. Um, you gotta be careful when you are moving from state to state, because the laws of California, you live in California all your life, and you go to Kentucky, and you go to Georgia, you go to Louisiana, you go to, like here, Wisconsin, the laws are different. And you out there doing stuff, and you think because you were, in Texas, that the laws of Texas is going to be governed. Like there's certain laws, like in California, sexual consent is like 18. Okay, sexual consent is 18, but in Georgia, it's like 16. Like, and then there are people who are trying their best to get the age of consent to go lower than 16. Like, are you kidding me? Like, what are you doing? And I'm like, what in the world? And so because of the laws that's in Wisconsin, because of the law that are in Wisconsin, this kid can be tried at 10 years old as an adult and will not be in a juvenile facility until he's an adult. I'm like, this is crazy. And then you hear the sad thing that he had a history of rage. And so, in my mind, I'm like, my God, what's going on? And allegedly he's hearing voices and everything. Because I read somewhere where he lied and said it was accidental. And I'm saying to myself, well, how the devil did the boy get the gun? But now looking at some of these reports, that he got the key from his mom, and went and opened it up, and so, it's sad. Like, this 10-year-old boy, life is gone, because he shot his mama over a virtual reality. This is so sad. And these guns are just getting beyond. I think it's somewhere out here in Cali. Oh my God. I think it was a middle school where some people were shot. This is sad. It is sad. It is sad, the mentality of what's happening. And these kids are getting
access to guns, whether loaded or not. It's a sad situation. It's a sad, scenario that, we are really living in. And I'm just really, really concerned about this gun control, and,
They often say, people, don't kill people in the sense of what they say guns kill people. And so the people who want to protect their, the Second Amendment right and all of that, I'm not tripping and telling people, if you got guns, you don't need a gun. But some people, that's what they do for a living. We're not an open carry state as it is in some other states or whatnot. Um, you know, so she said, Mr. J.B. Henry said, Dad, but there had to be red flags. Well, the only red flag I can get out of this particular situation is the history. But the deal about it is, kids have tantrums. You got, and it's sad though that when you hear a kid say, if you don't give me what I want, I'm gonna kill you.
There was a time in our day when you heard somebody say, if you don't give me what I want, I'll kill you. Now you gotta be like, hold up. Watch your tone. You threatening my life. I'm just playing. You can't even play like that. Like kids cannot go around talking about say something else, I'm gonna blow up this school. See, now you're doing a terrorist threat, and so now that becomes an issue and a problem. And then you put people in situations where they gonna feel like they're gonna have to say something because they don't know if you playing or not. See this, back in the day, somebody said you keep talking, I'm gonna break your leg. The break your leg was not literal, it was figurative, saying I'm gonna beat your butt. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays it's talking about say something else or I'm gonna kill you. Well, see, nowadays, when you're dealing with situations and challenges like that, you got to really pay attention to these situations. So the red flags is he had a history of violent behavior. The red flag is there was some type of mental health situation going on. And y'all can say what y'all want to, and we ain't got to be church and spiritual about it.
But I don't care what nobody says. If you spend your time on killing, murder all day long, and you're infiltrating your brain, your psyche, your conscience with that stuff, and all you hear is that it has an influence on your brain. You see what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people, when they go to massage people, they're not playing no killing music. They playing music to try to soothe you, to try to calm you. They trying to play, nature music. People who are into yoga, they're not playing no be out, kill you, suck on this. No, they ain't doing all that stuff. What they're doing is they are literally playing something to be in a metacreational, Roger Wright's word, metacreational mindset. They're trying to put themselves in a mindset of ease and calm. Football players, they're not going to be listening to darling you. They're gonna play some music. They're gonna play some J. Cole or some DaBaby, some NBA Youngboy. They're gonna play something that's gonna drive them and put them in a mindset. What was that song back in the day? Hulk Hogan used to come on. Dun, 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 dun. I am the tiger. He came in on Eye of the Tiger. You see what I'm saying? That's, what's his name? My God. I can't think of the rest of the guys. R-Truth. All right. He comes in on an upbeat. That's him. You see what I'm saying? The New Day. They come in. This is the New Day. And the WWE, they come in. People come in with certain song because it puts them in that mindset. All I'm saying is if you just infiltrate yourself out of that, now I don't know what this boy was saying, but he wanted to, I don't know what you told him. I'm gonna get you this thing, and the fact that he had the audacity, to go ahead and still try to buy this thing after the fact. Oh my God. And so now the battle is, and there are some people who are saying, even though he's a 10-year-old and even though he did the thing that he did, their concern for the situation is his brain is not fully developed. He's a 10-year-old. Now, I'm not going to say the 10-year-old did not know what he was doing. And so that's why it becomes very tricky for me. You feel me? It becomes very tricky for me when you sit there and you look at people and you're like, man, look at this little bitty kid. Like he's 10 years old and he's going to be tried as an adult, which means he's going to, his bail is at this height or already. It's like here already. He's 10 years old in Wisconsin. See what I'm saying? I even told kids, told my own, like, hey, don't be sending pictures of your body parts to nobody. Don't you send pictures of yourself to nobody. Don't let nobody send somebody to you. Because when you get out, there's a fine that can come up to you because you're minors and that's child pornography. A lot of people don't know that. They just think, oh, I'm just doing nice things and I want her to see how I look and, what size of it is and all that stuff. And I want people, you can't do all that stuff. You cannot be showing your body parts to people because you are, that's child pornography. And when it gets out, and then there are certain laws, you going to jail. Certain states, rather, because of their laws, you're going to jail. So what you may not go to jail for in California, you may go to jail for in Arizona. What you may not go to jail for in Arizona, or it may be a misdemeanor in Arizona, but over here in Minnesota, it's a different perspective. You see what I'm saying? I learned a whole lot during the George Floyd situation. I learned a whole lot about what second degree and third degree means over there in Minnesota than it does out here. Total different mindset, total different laws. You know what I'm saying? And so people don't know he need to get the third degree. He need to get the first degree. Second degree is going to be good. Third degree is going to be good. But it's different laws in different places. I think that's where. So I'm definitely praying for that daughter and this whole family and the aunties and whatnot who have really had to deal with the tragedy of this mother who literally lost her life. And it didn't have to go that way. But wow, that's a horrible situation. And like I said, the difficult thing for me, and I'm going to talk to some people on that tip, like 10 years old. 14 years old, and if, people go, oh, if you do the crime, you got to do the time. It's a 10-year-old. We don't know what's going on psychologically in his mind. Now, I'm going to tell you something that I'm just thinking of right now. And I guess it's about to lead into my last thing to discuss tonight. And that is, I don't pull race cards often. And I'm going to tell y'all this. It just seems like, well, you know what? Let me let Lebron say it better. Let me let LeBron say it better because that's the next thing I want to talk about. LeBron James and the Jerry Jones interview that he did. All right. So let me get ready to cue that up and then you all get ready to hear what he has to say.
I was wondering why I haven't gotten a question from you guys about the Jerry Jones photo. But when the Kyrie thing was going on, you guys were quick to ask us questions about that.
Okay.
Hold on. And I don't even want you guys to say nothing. When I watched Kyrie talk and he says, I know who I am, but I want to keep the same energy when we're talking about my people and the things that we've been through. And that Jerry Jones photo is one of those moments that our people, black people, have been through in America. And I feel like as a black man, as a black athlete, as someone with power and a platform, when we do something wrong or something that people don't agree with, it's on every single tabloid, every single news coverage. It's on the bottom ticker. It's asked about every single day. But it seems like to me that the whole Jerry Jones situation photo, and I know it was years and years ago and we all make mistakes, I get it, but it seemed like it's just been buried under, like, oh, it happened, okay, we just move on.
Hold on, let me flip my camera back on Instagram. So yeah, and so that's where I'm getting ready to go, because when you think about the whole situation, and that's what I was getting ready to say, Bishop Talbert Swan, one of the bishops in the Church of God in Christ, he does a lot of social justice type deal. And he made a statement, right? He made a statement and he made a comment. And what he said was, I'm trying to remember his wording. Shoot, I wasn't thinking about saying it, but let me see if I can find it. I don't know if he said it on Twitter or was it on Instagram. I don't know if it was Twitter or Instagram where he made a particular statement. I can't remember, and I'm trying to remember. But pretty much he was using the number 14 as a means of saying when certain things have been done against Black people and certain stuff have been said. A lot of people don't think, certain things should be addressed or should not be addressed. But then he made a statement. I'm trying to look for it while I'm talking to you. I wasn't thinking about bringing it up. So let me just wait for a little bit and let me see if I can get it pulled up and read it to you, because it was a very interesting situation in which he was talking about, and it just made a lot of sense to me from the perspective of when talking about 14, right? And so the whole Jerry Jones situation and Jerry Jones situation and all that, that happened, right? Because even in the midst of this, he talks about how many white children are indoctrinated in white supremacy from the time they are born. He said, do y'all actually think we're stupid enough to believe that 14-year-old white teenagers can't be racist? Okay. And then he calls out, what's his name? Stephen Smith, and says, question for Stephen Smith and everyone else defending Jerry Jones and parroting the narrative that because he was 14, he didn't really know what was going on. He says, tell me, did these white children know what they were doing 20 years later in Queens, New York? So now what's happening is there's a video that's out, and in the video that's out, there are a plethora of children who are white who are pushing on the Black girl, and there's another one that's a little bit darker, and they're calling them the N-word, right? And I'm not talking about just the ER, I mean the GA as well. So when you think about this whole situation, as LeBron James said, yes, people make mistakes. Yes, people screw up. Yes, people do all kinds of things. But we got to hold people accountable. Like, it's difficult for me to really believe that you were told not to be involved in that situation. And that was on a time in our history where people didn't want to integrate, but they wanted to keep us segregated.
This was a time where black kids was coming into a predominantly white school environment, and they were there to try to stop it. And then there's a picture of him that's right there, and it's him in the midst. And his excuse is, "Yeah, I did it 14 years ago. I shouldn't have. I wasn't trying to. I wasn't. Planning to be there in so many words. I just happened to be there and got caught up in it." I don't believe that to save my life. Now, I could be wrong, have two left shoes, but I don't believe that to save my life. I do not believe that. And then take it up, trump it up, pun intended, trump it up some years later when President Donald Trump is saying, kick these individuals off of the football team or whatnot if they disrespect the flag. And then same person who stood in that picture, right, when black kids are coming into a school that the white folks are not wanting to be in, he turns around, right, and this same person is saying, we're going to make sure that the football players adhere to the NFL rules and regulations. So to me, you're no different than the 14-year-old that was in the picture. You're no different. And so that's a problem for me. I mean, that may be a problem for you, but it's a problem, for me. And it's something, that we really, really need to pay, attention to. And I just have, personal issues and challenges when it comes to certain things. Okay. Hopefully I'm going to try to open up this one, because when LeBron says, when it comes to us, it just seems different. I'm on the same mindset, if you will, as LeBron. Like when it comes to certain stuff. Now, I guarantee you, let this black boy who just shot his mama, let this black boy be diagnosed, if you will, or he says, okay, I got mental health issues. He ain't got no mental health issues. He going to jail. Say what y'all want to. Say what you want to. This is what, and I haven't really talked about this, but this is what the whole Jeffrey Dahmer thing taught me. In a society, in a time where a white man literally goes into a neighborhood that's more predominantly black, and they're homosexuals as well. So now you have that target, and they're black, and you're killing the majority of the people that he had taken out of this world were black people. But then you would chop it over to it's something ain't right there, which is true. But for the most part, let a black person do something like that, there is no question about it. There's no question about it. Say what you want to. Listen to what Bishop Thomas Swan says on his Twitter. All right. Emmett Till was 14 when he was lynched in Money, Mississippi in 1955. George Stinney was 14 when he was wrongfully accused, convicted, and executed in 1944. Jerry Jones was 14 when he blocked black students from entering North Little Rock High School in 1957. Do y'all hear the connection? 1955. Emmett Till was 14 when he was lynched. 1944. Are y'all catching this? We're talking about 13 years earlier when George Stinney, now Emmett Till, black boy, George Stinney, black boy, Jerry Jones, white boy, when he was 14, he blocked black students.
So from 1955, 2 years later, come on, y'all. Y'all know I don't play these cards, but I'm going to play them today. Y'all know I don't play these cards, but I'm going to play them today. What? From 1955, Emmett Till was killed, and you're 14, standing in the way of black students coming into. And this is why I don't, how can I say, I don't subscribe to the totality of what is considered critical race theory. But what I do want us to understand is that what our people have gone through and experienced needs to be in the book. It needs to be in the book. It needs to be mentioned. It needs to be articulated. Come on. A co-worker of mine on Halloween was wearing Colonel Sanders. Do you know a black man is the one who created that chicken and the seasoning? And because there was no patent, somebody lived off of a black man's creation? Jack Daniels was made by a black man. See, we want to wait. And so when black people or preachers start talking like this, then it becomes, oh, here you go. Well, there are different prophets in the Bible. And one of the prophets in the Bible was a social prophet. Amos and Micah was social prophets. They dealt with the social ills of society. They spoke to the social ills. So for all you folks that think you know what a prophet is supposed to do, how they're supposed to operate, every prophet did not operate the same way, though they got directives from the same God, but their assignments were different. As my God sister, Evangelist Regina Peele would say, am I right about it here? So you can't make these statements. So I'm grateful. They ain't on my agenda, but you got to pray for Kanye, and all the, you got to pray for you. That boy had lost his mind. He's lost his mind. And then when I said stuff, you know, about the Jesus is King and who's going to be around him and who's going to help him and who's going to help him come, you know, to his sanity and all this type of stuff. Oh, no, he needed some covering. So we're all the pastors. We're all the people. When you got this young man saying all kind of, and the thing about it is, let me tell you something. There's some craziness to being a genius. Are y'all hearing me? Okay, there's some craziness to being a genius. Even the much knowledge that Paul had, Festus said, Paul, much knowledge has made you mad. Sometimes you can know so much until you lose your mind and you don't even know where you're going because you're so book smart that you don't even function. You see what I'm saying? He needs some prayer. Can't be talking about Jesus is King and then turn around and make it say, man, I get the whole concept. I get it. The whole thing about the whole Hitler thing. You know,
I look at it as a different perspective, not justifying the statement at all. You know, when people see, it's like, you got to be careful. Like when Gail King made that statement to Lisa Leslie. You know, yeah, you got to do your job, but be sensitive. Be sensitive. You feel me? Be sensitive to the situation. It was the wrong time to be asking Lisa Leslie about Kobe Bryant after this man had just tragically died. You picked the wrong time, Gail King. You picked the wrong time to make statements. You picking the wrong time to say stuff. You're picking the wrong time. When I sit there and listen to the stuff, even some stuff Kevin's on say, but like they say some good stuff. A lot of people say a lot of good stuff.
But my challenge and my issue is when everybody want to step on Kyrie Irving. And all he did was talk about a movie. I still ain't watched it yet. And guess what? If it's so anti-Semitic, can we go here? Why is Amazon or Netflix or whatever, why are they still playing it? If what he said is so wrong, why are they still playing it? That's my challenge. It's my issue. We pick and choose. We slaughter people. And I think that's why we got to be careful when America, what's her name? Oh, I can't think of her name. My goodness. She said there's a difference between, oh my gosh, I can't think of her name right now. She said there's a difference between being black leaders and leading black, something like that. She said something to that magnitude. I can't remember how she said it, but she said that the difference between leading, oh my goodness, how did she say it? She said something about there's a difference. I can't think of her name. I just saw the clip. It was old when Talvis, what's his name? Oh my God. She said there's a difference, oh my God, between, oh my goodness, black leaders. Shoot, what did she say? She said there's a difference. I'm trying to look it up. But anyway, she said there's a difference between black leaders and leading black. Somebody just sent that. My girl sent that to me. Oh my gosh, she said it on, what's his name? I can't think of that guy's name as much as I watch him. But anyway, but it was in one of those State of the Union addresses. I can't remember what she said, but she pretty much was saying black leaders are those that lead out, but leading blacks are those where America says, you do this for me and I do this for you. She said, so you're not a black leader because you're allowing somebody else to call you a leader, but a black leader leads even when it's going against the grain. So, yeah. Anyway, any questions tonight? I'm done. We got a lot going on in this world. And I don't know if I found it. I don't know if I found it. Would it play from YouTube without an interruption? But she definitely said it. And I know it was sent to my messenger from my girl Carol Yancey. But I don't remember. I don't even know if I played it on here, would it come out correctly? But anyway, I wish I can find it because I'm telling you, what she said was so powerful. Anyway, did y'all enjoy Straight Talk tonight? Wait, I think that's it. Oh, I think I had it. All right. I ain't gonna keep trying. Okay, wait a minute. Let me see if I can get it. When I tell you this, it was powerful. It was powerful. It was powerful. Oh, y'all left me. Okay, bye. All right, I'm having difficulty. I was trying to. Okay. Okay, where that was. Oh, did it disappear? I got it open, y'all. I just don't see it. It was recent too. I thought she sent it to me. Okay, well, maybe it wasn't. Okay, maybe it was Instagram. Okay. All right. Maybe it was Instagram, and I ain't got time to look for it. All right, y'all. Thank you for being with me tonight on Straight Talk Friday. Hope all is well. Enjoy your weekend, and much prayer, much power, little prayer, little power. No prayer, no power. Go with God.
And he will. Go with you.